Yep. Are we good? Hello? Yeah, it's weird that it's not picking you up from your audio input. I don't mind. Sometimes mic stuff is weird.
Hello. There we go. I figured it out.
Finally.
It's
Alright.
because it didn't have the thing saved. Okay, so we're good. But at one point I was able to have it so that we were both muted. That way we could talk during the timer without everyone hearing us.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can definitely hear us.
Oh well.
I should probably get the first game ready. You know what it is?
It should be... I have to schedule it for that. There you go. It should be Wildcats and the Angels.
This is just dysfunctional. I haven't done this.
Get everything here all ready to go.
Oh, actually, I'm silly. I never play music anyway, so I can just mute desktop audio. What is up, everybody? Dean on the call today for Super Saturday Part 2. I am joined by Running.
What's up, everybody?
We'll be on color commentary today. First game of the day, we got Wildcats and Angels here at lovely Colonial Plaza. Henry Longshanks leads things off. You need a man's on the mound for the Angels. Your first pitch is in there for a ball. And that one, a jumping attempt by Neuenmuller, but Longshanks is going to earn himself a hit.
Number 19.
Start things off. What was everybody in chat doing? Is more the fourth steps into the box. Need to turn myself up. Okay. And Longshanks takes off for a second, and he's gunned by about 2 or 3 feet. Does the audio for the game also need to be put up?
Break.
Or is game and running good?
I haven't been talking much as of yet, so
Ball four.
if I am
Ultimate.
too quiet, let me know.
I'm going to turn you up just in case, because you sound a little quiet on my end.
Okay.
Break.
Game audio too loud.
Game audio
Break.
and then and that ball is thrown out into center. They're not going to test the arm of Emily Prentice. Game audio too loud. Gosh, so picky.
Yeah, that might just be my headset.
Running
I
sounds
moved
like
out.
he's
I
in a
moved
well.
out from, yeah, I moved out from college, so my good mic is still in a box
Number
somewhere.
25.
Gotcha. Bash Sluggington steps up with a man in scoring position.
Ball high.
Can he put the Wildcats on the board early? I haven't seen
come down in the
Aggie in
outfield, he's
chat.
gonna
I'm
score
surprised
one.
he's not here. And he's gonna pop that one up to at third base for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the first. Kelly Elmenreich and Green Dex Perez.
Shortstop. Number 38.
I botched that. I'll say it. Bart's Pollock alone on the mound for the Wildcats. He's in his prime for sure. What season is he at?
He is a season 6 player.
Oh, he's young. He's still got another.
Second season up. I don't know if this is his first season. In
I
the
think he
majors
was
or
in the
not. I think
majors,
he's in-
or was
yeah.
he in the minors?
I think he was in the majors.
And that's a nice jumping grab by Whitten Eve for out number 1.
Fielder.
What a
Number
catch.
41.
Welcome Aggie. Welcome Chrome.
So third season in the bigs.
Ball inside.
Third season in the bigs. Game ID audio down a tiny bit, and that ball is absolutely smashed off the foul pole. And Neuenmuller or Elmenreich puts the Angels on the board early.
Now batting. The second baseman. Number 13. Break.
Control Shift H for home run song. You know what? You're right. I forgot to do that.
Strike 3. You're out.
So the Angels get
Do
on
it
the
now.
board here early.
I can't hear the home run song. I don't know if you guys can.
Inside.
Roger Bedell. That's funny.
Break.
1-2 count. Fouls that one off to stay alive. And this one's blooped out into right field. Sandy Bash ranging out there and making the grab for out number 3. So the Angels put up one off the bat of Elmenreich. Let's see if the Wildcats can bounce back here in the top of the second.
Break.
This for the in-between.
Off the plate.
I have no idea how to do it. Is that a Rick roll? Do not post links in the Twitch chat.
Ball low.
This one's popped up in foul territory. Holmenreich will. I'm never gonna get their names right. Neuenmuller will rage over and grab it for out number 1.
That's why I can't be on the main commentary. I forget
I
all the
usually
names.
know their names, but there was a bunch of trades. I don't know where everyone's at anymore.
Yeah, especially with the Angels. The Angels have made so many trades in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't know half their lineup. I gotta learn it. But we got Bobby Jimbo on the mat, in the box, and he's gonna take ball 4 for a walk. We'll bring up Sandy Bash. I believe this is her first season in the majors. And Bobby Jimbo gets in there, swipes second base. He's got a lot of speed and the stealer trait. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for third as well. We won the count here to Bash. That one's hit hard but foul. Full count here to Bash. And that one's in there for a strike. She rung her up for out number 1, out number 2. And Bobby Jimbo's off for third, and he's gunned at third. What a throw by the catcher. So the Wildcats get a runner on base, but that was about it. We head to the bottom of the second. Got Emily Prentice leading things off for the Angels. What can you tell me about Emily Prentice? What are her stats like? Obviously we can see the little bars, but what is she rocking? Never mind, she's out.
Prentice is a season 6 player, as she goes down on strikes there. 95 power, 59 contact, 76 speed. So
Definitely one of the core players on this new young Angels squad. I think, and she gets rung up there, but I think Prentice could be pawned for a lot if the Angels wanted to blow their team up and go for lots of picks. And that one's past the diving glove of Sandy Bash.
I think a few of the players on their lineup, they could, if they felt the need to blow up and move a lot of younger players to the minors, they could definitely make a few moves and grab some older players that'll still get them a decent team, but will, you know, probably end them up in the lottery.
I agree with you, and he gets rung up there for out number 3. JT goes down swinging. We head to the top of the third. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Wildcats. Quickly 2-0 count here to Milan. And that ball is absolutely jacked. And that one's going to get out of here. We have a tie ball game. AC Milan belts one out to right field over the short wall. Hit him with the shift control H. Home run song. Let's go. We'll bring up Someday, the catcher. I believe this is also her first season in the major leagues. She spent a lot of time down on the Jungle Kings. I believe she was drafted near the end of the season 7 draft. Oh no, I just did the away flute, didn't I? Okay. home run songs are only for the home team. That's fair. But we do have a tie ball game. Yeah, I know. Remember the flute curse, the away flute. And Henry Longshanks earns himself a walk. We'll bring up Moore the fourth. He was acquired from the Stingers this offseason.
Yeah, and Moore the fourth's been doing a whole lot of movement Moved from the Overdrafts last season to the Stingers, and then moved from the Stingers here. And he's still putting up relatively good numbers.
Well, let's see what he can do here. The good opportunity, and he's going to draw himself a walk. So men on first and second now for Whitney, one of the best hitters on the Wildcats, in the box. And we got the double steal going. Henry Longshanks is gunned at third, but we got a mojo up from Moore the fourth over at second.
Gonna bump his speed up just a tiny little bit.
Oh yeah. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. And Whitney draws himself a walk. I believe Bash Sluggington is up next.
Number 25.
Bash Sluggington went third overall in the season 6 draft. Spent his rookie season in the majors. He spent a lot of time in the minors getting a little bit more progression, but he grounded that one out to second for out number 3. The games are too fast. There's no time for banter. It's just
it's just go 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 all the time.
Go go go.
But it is a 1-1 ball game now.
It is a 1-1 ball game, and we got some tenseness going on. But I think we all know that if we get to the bullpen of the Angels, things could go downhill. Murph Kelly grounds that one out to third for out number 2, and brings up Elmenreich. She homered Oppo Field in the first to put her team on the board early. And she lines that one up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Halfway to the cycle, technically. Put her on the watch list.
But she's still got to get the toughest one, though, the triple.
Am I allowed to vote in these polls? And she's taking off for second. She's in there under the tag of Bash. It looked like she was gunned. 0-2 the count here to Ruby Green. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Ball inside, 1-2.
Ball inside.
2-2 the count. And strike 3 swinging. For out number 3, we got the 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Wildcats as we head into the top of the 4th.
You know, for Bart's Polo Cologne, it's 3 innings of pitching done, and he's already got 6 strikeouts.
Ooh, I did not notice that. Thank you for paying attention to those things. Meanwhile, on the other side, Unita Mans has 5 walks through 3 innings. Full count here to Durr. How's that one to stay alive? Another one off. And that's ball 4. Durr earns himself a walk, and that'll bring up Bobby Jimbo.
Yeah, now 6 walks on one side and 6 strikeouts on the other side.
Not what you want to see.
Completely different games.
And the score is still 1-1. So Unita Man's already at 74 pitches. Bobby lifts this one out into left. Elmenreich able to range over and grab that for out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 9.
We got about half the timer left on the poll, everybody. Only 4 people have voted. I know we have more than 4 people in the chat. 1-2 the count here to Sandy Bash. There we go. There's some votes. There's some votes. And Sandy Bash goes down swinging. Unita Mans earns herself a K. And I'll bring up AC Milan. She tied the game here in the second. see what she can do here.
Low.
She was also acquired in last season's draft, if I remember correctly, and she spent all of her time in the minors. And this one's popped out into left. Does it have enough to carry Elmenreich out the warning track? And that'll be caught for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the 4th. Bart's Polo Cologne still on the mound, only 47 pitches.
Fielder. Number 4.
We'll bring up Roger Bradell.
Low.
Got decent amount of power and speed, but basically no contact.
Strike 3.
And he goes down swinging there. Bart's Polo Cologne earns himself another K, up to 7 now.
30.
And we've been seeing that as Marge posts the numbers after every day. We've been seeing a whole lot of strikeouts.
Oh yeah, ton of strikeouts. That one was popped down into center. Bobby Jimbo ranged over and grabbed it for out number 2. Bart's Polo Cologne now locked in. And this one is absolutely creamed into center. Bobby Jimbo at the track. And he grabs it for out number 3. We head into the top of the 5th. 9-1 and 2 due up for the Wildcats.
Now batting, the catcher, number 26.
The poll timer is still not over. If you have not voted for the poll of who will win, the Wildcats or the Angels, you still have time. Let's see if we can get to 15. And Sandy Bash absolutely bashes that one out into left center field. She's got no speed though and was not able to turn that into extra bases.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8.
Was that? No, that was Someday. I'm sorry. They're both blonde girls. I'm sorry.
Strike.
And the Wildcats win the poll 8-2. This one's popped up. The second baseman, Ruby Green, for out number 1. We'll bring up a locked-in Jackson Moore the 4th. Not who you want to see at the plate. Luckily, only one runner aboard. He's got some scary stats right now.
Nope, high.
And he murders that one to dead center field. Absolute no doubter. I'm not going to play the music this time. I almost did. But Jackson Moore hits that ball so hard it staggers my game. 456 feet, and it's a 3-1 ball game.
Batting, the shortstop, number 5.
That was a monster home run.
Pitching,
And that'll do it for Unita Mans. They're going to bring in Lisa Louisville.
Yep, and this is where it starts to go downhill for the Angels. Their bullpen is not great.
Yes, I can agree with that.
number 25.
But she got Whitney to ground out, and she's going to get, a stopping, not in time. A stop by Ruby Green, but the ball was hit a little too hard. She fumbled it. Bashlington beat out the play.
Ball inside.
A runner aboard for Joshua Durr. I believe he was the last pick in the season 6 draft, and he's turned out extremely well stats wise, and he's performed pretty well as well. Runner takes off on a full count. Grounded to second for out number 3, but the Wildcats put 2 more on the board off the bat of Jackson Moore the 4th. Let's see if the Angels can strike back. Bailey Smith acquired in a trade between the Wildcats and the Angels this offseason, playing her previous team. Angels and Wildcats will play each other twice this season. Unless I say Bailey. Oh.
Catcher, number
Official SSBL is going off in the chat, man. They want some chants going on. Let's do it for all of them. You say Donnie, I say JT. It doesn't sound as good as Bailey Smith. But Donnie JT earns himself a walk. We'll bring up Sophie Neuenmuller, one of the better bats on the Angels team.
That's inside.
One swing territory to tie things up. Sports Polo Cologne still locked in. But at 67 pitches now with 2 walks back to back.
The shortstop, number 38.
Doing with runners in scoring position.
And Murph Kelly hits this one out into center. Bobby Jimbo ranging over, making the grab, but the runner at second will tag up and go to third. So runners on the corners now. 2 outs for Monica Elmenreich. Locked in. She's got a homer. She's got a single, and she's got a stolen base already today. That one just foul. 1-1 the count. Fouls that one off to stay alive. 1-2. And strike 3 swinging. She was ahead of that one. The Wildcats able to get out of that tricky situation. They got the 6, 7, and 8 due up. Looking to tag on some more runs. We head into the top of the 6th inning. Wildcats still lead 3-1. And Bobby Jimbo lifts this one out into center. At the track, at the wall, and that baby's gone. Bobby Jimbo puts the Wildcats on the board again, making it 4-1, 436 feet.
Now batting, the second baseman, number
And that was without his trait RBI man.
ball high.
Sandy Bash a little bit tense. She's 0 for 2 today. I don't know what she's tense about. I don't think she made a defensive error. 3-1 the count though. Fouls one off to stay alive. Full count. And she absolutely puts a charge in this one, and that one is nearly out of the stadium. Not really. It looked like it, but that'll make it 5-1 Wildcats. As Lisa Louisville comes in and starts handing out
The
dingers.
third baseman, number 17.
And this is what you were scared of with the Angels, is once the bullpen comes in, it becomes a block party for the other team.
Nope, high.
Yeah, they need at least one good pitcher to come in and soak up 3 or 4 innings every game. Like a ace style pitcher, I'm talking.
Yeah, and there's plenty of moves they can make to grab one, and they might even be able to pull somebody up from the minors
Yeah.
if they have. Oh, they don't have any pitchers in the minors. Never mind.
Sandy Bash hits this one hard. Over to first in time for out number 2. I keep saying Sandy Bash. That's someday. 2 outs. Henry Longshanks in the box. 2-1 the count here to Henry. He'll ground that one out to first. Mueller will take it to the bag herself. So the Wildcats put up another 2 off of 2 solo shots by Bobby Jimbo and Sandy Bash. We'll bring up the 2, 3, and 4 for the Angels.
Mic off.
That's inside.
Mic on.
Rubio popped this one out into foul territory. AC Milan ranging over and grabbing it for out number 1. Can you hear the mic off, mic on? That's so silly. I don't even hear it. I don't know. I muted my mic because I didn't want my dogs to like bark and stuff, you know, over the stream. And I guess it says mic on, mic off for them. Does that needs to be a player name, I guess, because that's not the first time I've done that. I should know better. It's been a while, but I should know better. Emily Prentice in the box. 1 and 2 count.
And to Marge's point, there are a whole lot of pitchers, well, pitchers that are being traded. Although there aren't many pitchers being traded, the ones that are getting a whole lot of value, both picks and players. The last pitcher to be traded was Sawamura, and the Stingers got Debbie Buns and a round 2 pick in season 10.
And Emily Prentice earns herself a walk. But yes, pitchers are getting an extreme price tag on them. They're able to haul off a lot. So, oh, a beanball. The Dia. And that's going to do it for Bart's Polo Cologne. He was doing good, but they're going to bring in Maya Serenity. A slow dribbler to Whitney, throws it over to first in time for out number 3. So the Angels got 2 runners aboard, but were not able to turn it into any runs.
I mean, 6 2/3 innings pitched with only 3 hits given up and a whole boatload of strikeouts. That's great, especially for a younger pitcher.
And this ball is absolutely creamed into center field, at the track, at the wall, and Jackson Moore the 4th gets himself another homer on the day. That's 2. Moore the 4th providing immediate dividends for the Wildcats. Lisa Louisville tense, 1 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 of them being home runs. And Whitney earns himself a walk.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 25. Pitching.
And that'll do it for Lisa Louisville. They're going to bring in Kristen Vell.
That's inside. Nope, high.
3-0 the count here to Bash Sluggington. That one gets in there for a strike. Foul tips that one. Full count here to Sluggington. And he gets that one through the right-hand side for a base hit. So men on first and second now.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12.
For Joshua Durr. Someone ban Fizek in chat for 5 seconds for using the word dingus. This is a family-friendly stream. We cannot be having those types of words used. I am a mod. You can still get banned as Joshua Durr gets rung up there. That's abuse of power. You should be banned for 10 seconds now. I was letting you off easy with the 5-second ban, but now you're getting to 10. And that one's to the right-hand side, and the runner will take home for third. Roger Bedell's throw is not in time. So first and second
Number 9.
for Sandy Bash. She homered in her last plate appearance off of Lisa Louisville. Fizek thinking he's a god. He's done basically everything he can but say, I am God. as Sandy Bash lines that one up the middle. So that'll load the bases for AC Milan, who started the scoring for the Wildcats today with her home run to tie the game.
That's what I want to know on Twitch. If you're a mod, can you just ban yourself for 5 seconds?
I'm not sure, but he should. For 10 now.
Ball inside. No.
3-1 the count here to Milan. That one was in there. Full count. And she rips this one out into right center at the track, at the wall, off the top of the wall. That'll be a bases clearing stand-up double for AC Milan, and it is 10-1 Wildcats.
Number 26.
Hey, can you believe a few innings ago it was 1-1 baseball?
Yeah, it was 1-1, and that ball is hit past the diving glove of Yuno Dia. So runners on the corners now for a 10's Henry Longshakes. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a walk. First pitch in there for a ball. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Henry Longshanks got a lot of speed. It'll be hard to turn a Dragon special, but he's gonna pop this one up behind the plate, and that'll be out number 2. Donnie JT wrangles it in. And now we have Jackson Moore the 4th. He homered at the beginning of this inning. And he rips that one out into right, but Roger Bedell arranging over and grabbing it for out number 3. So the Wildcats, big 7th inning, put up 5 runs. Make it 10-1. We head into the bottom of the 7th.
They put up 5, they bat around.
Yeah. Great inning for the Wildcats. Can't ask for much more than that. Donnie JT down 0-1-2. Whitney grabs it, throws it to first for out number 1.
Oh, I agree with that. I can agree with that, Isaac. You know, Murph Kelly's got a whole lot of value, and you can get probably 2 or 3 young pitchers for him if you trade him to the right team.
That one's hit hard right to Whitney. He grabs it and throws it to first for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 38. That's down. That's up.
Bring up Murph Kelly. He's 0 for 3 today.
Right.
Swings through ball 4. 3-1. Fouls one off. Full count now here to Murph Kelly. And he takes that last pitch for a ball. So the Angels get a runner aboard for Monica Elmenreich. She's got the only run today for the Angels with her solo shot in the first. And that one's hit into center field. Bobby Jimbo not able to get there in time. So men on first and second now for Angels as they try to put together a 2-out rally. Ruby Green, tense, but has a runner in scoring position, and that one is gonna be a bomber special, and that'll score a run. Joshua Durr's throw is not in time. Men on the corners now for Roger Bedell. And that one's hit up the middle, so another run will come in for the Angels. Men on first and second now. Still 2 outs for Emily Prentice.
And the Angels certainly find a way to keep this game interesting.
They are. They're putting up a fight. They're saying we're not going down without one. Emily Prentice fouls that one off to stay alive. Down 0-2. That one's barely in there for a ball. Another one high and in. Another one just high. Full count. The runners will go. And that one's in there for ball 4. So Maya Serenity finding herself in a tricky situation. Yuno Dia coming in. Well, Abel Mars now pitching for the Wildcats. A little bit of righty on righty action. 1-1 the count here to Dia. Swings through that one. 1-2. Out checks her swing on that. 2-2. Fouls it off to stay alive. And strike three, swinging Abel Mars comes in, gets the Wildcats out of the tricky situation. Wildcats leave the bases loaded, but did put up 2 runs to make it a 10-3 ball game. We'll bring up Whitney, 0 for 2 on the day, but has drawn 2 walks. A tense Kristen Vell. This could easily be her last batter. Full count here to Whitney. And he hits that one up the middle to record his first hit of the day. We'll bring up Bash Sluggington. What are your thoughts so far on this game running?
I think pitching has really dictated the game. You know, the Wildcats, Barks Polo Cologne really had a great game, and you know, led them 6 2/3 or 5 2/3 maybe. I don't remember. 6 2/3 I think it was, and you know, with somewhere around 8 strikeouts, he had a great game. And you know, the bullpen for the Angels came in the 6th inning, and it's become a completely different ball game since then.
Mm-hmm. And that'll do it for Kristen Vell. They'll bring in Rainey Getty, and she gets the Wildcats to ground out into a Dragon special. But we got Bobby Jimbo up to the plate, locked in plus RBI man. This is the best his stats can be.
Already a home run on the night.
2-1 the count here to Jimbo. That one's outside, 3-1. And that one's in there for ball 4. They did not want the smoke. But Sandy Bash comes up. Her stats are equally good. Sandy Bash definitely going to be one of the better second basemen in the SSBL this season.
And I'm not exactly sure on the rules on that, Marge. Having to bring up a free agent pitcher, because you are right. They don't have pitchers in their minor league system. So if an Angels pitcher does get hurt, they will have to call in a free agent.
Yeah, that's how it works. We haven't had that problem in a while though, because most teams have at least 1 or 2 players in the minors. Message deleted by moderator. What happened?
It was an advertisement. Something.
And strike 3, Abel Mars has faced 2 batters, struck both of them out.
So I guess my question on that rule, is it just like a 10-day contract thing, or do they get to keep the free agent?
No, it's whoever.
Yeah.
It's whenever the original player comes back.
The free agent just goes back to the free agent pool.
Mm-hmm.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 2. Off the plate.
Bring up Sophie Neuenmuller.
Strike 3.
And she strikes out there. We head into the top of the 9th. The Wildcats still lead 10-3.
The third baseman,
as they look to put on some more insurance runs, even though I think a 7-run lead is probably sufficient.
Well, as Moobot will tell you every now and again, no lead is safe.
Yeah. I know the Wildcats and the Serpents have had some crazy games in the past where both of us have given up 7-run leads in the same game. And that one's hit up through the middle. So AC Milan leads things off with a single. I'll bring up Someday. And she'll pop this one out into center. Emily Prentice under it. She'll grab it for out number 1.
Now batting, the left
We'll bring up a
fielder,
tense
number
Henry
8.
Longshanks.
Ball inside. Strike. Ball inside.
Should be keeping up with the scores. And Henry Longshanks smacks this one out into right. And that baby's out of here over the small wall out in right. And it is a 12-3 ball game.
That's their 5th home run in this game.
Now batting,
Wildcats
designated
putting
hitter,
up
number 19.
bunch of runs. I'm gonna have to crank out the double-digit score. Gosh darn it. I never know how to do this.
Strike.
12. And I have to make that one visible. Make this one not visible. There we go. And Jackson Moore strikes out there. It'll bring up Whitney.
Number 5. Outside. No, that's low.
How many games have the Wildcats played? Is this the 2nd game?
Take your base.
Whitney draws himself a walk. Gotta be the 2nd game, right?
The first base.
Yeah, for the Wildcats, their first game was that 19-4 victory over the Stingers.
And Bash Sluggington smashes that one out into right. But it's not going to get out of here at the warning track. Bedell grabs it for out number 3. So the Wildcats put on an extra 2. The Angels need 9 to tie it up. And they're starting with the
Number 38.
beginning of their order.
That's inside.
They have to face Abel Mars, who has struck out 3 of the 4 batters he's faced.
Strike.
2-2 the count here to Kelly.
Strike three.
And Kelly strikes out there. The off-speed tricked him.
The left fielder, number 41.
Monica Elmenreich locked in. She's got a homer and 2 singles today.
That's down.
And she's going to pop this one up in foul territory. Bash Sluggington able to get over there in time for out number 2. So the Wildcats are 1 out away
Number 13.
from tying this one up.
Low.
That one's hit hard, but it'll get foul. 1-2 the count.
Low.
2-2. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Aggie asking, why can't Mars pitch like this more often? As Mars grabs that pop fly for out number 3. So the Wildcats win 12-3 over the Angels here in game number 1. Everybody getting hits except for Joshua Durr. Monica Elmenreich, your primary hitter basically for the Angels. Bart's Polo Cologne, 5 2/3, only 1 earned run. Maya Serenity came in and gave up 2 earned runs. Abel Mars came in and shut it down. All of the Angels pitchers were fairly consistent, but giving up 3 runs each is not exactly what you want to see. Your players of the game are going to be Jackson Moore, AC Milan, and Bobby Jimbo. Obviously Jackson Moore with his 2 home runs, AC Milan going 3 for 5, 4 RBIs, and Bobby Jimbo with a home run, 2 runs and 2 RBIs. We'll be back shortly with Wildcats and High Rollers at Red Rock Park. We'll see you then. We'll be very
Mythic.
fast.
Mythic and High Rollers.
What did I say?
You said Wildcats. They got a doubleheader.
Yeah, Wildcats are playing again. Sorry. Like I said, we'll be back in just a moment. I don't take any time between these games. I know none of you want to wait for some SSBL content. Because we got the Mythic and the High Rollers here at Red Rock. We got Stocks versus Mars on the mound. Donut Boy excited for his High Rollers to be playing today. He's got the home field advantage. We got the pole going. My God, I'm so sorry. That was some hecka lag. And the first batter lines out to shortstop for out number 1. Fiona Bear Pendragon lifts this one out on the right, and that'll get down for a single. We'll bring up Darius Green the third. And he hits that one up the middle. So men on first and second now for the Mythic as they strike early.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 7.
The DH Earl Crump from the Moonshots. And that one is caught by Blindoli and thrown to second for the Dragon Special.
Ooh.
Well, brings up Mary Stone, Wooly, and Max Range for the High Rollers.
Number 14.
Tell me a little bit about who we got on the Mythic. I know the High Rollers are batting, but the Mythic is one of the more interesting expansion teams because of all the trading that they have done.
And yeah, the Mythic have made a boatload of trades, and you know, it's a great deal for one of these expansion teams to make all these trades, considering that this time around the expansions are all rookies, and you know, to get as many of those guys in the minors as you can is just absolutely crazy. So you can get a whole boatload of development for those guys, and you can keep them, you know, the Mythic will probably wind up having the best expansion team here in probably 2 seasons. So you can see the Mythic got Claudette Levi, Domingo Ricci, and Mac Swingins from the Retrievers. They've got a whole bunch of other guys, I think, up here. They made a move with the Skulls of Rock, I believe. Where was that? There it is. Yeah, the Mythic, Fiona Bear Pendragon, Paprika Stocks, Darius Green III, Nix Grayweather, Mickey Dillon Jr., and a Season 10 third rounder. I mean, the value they got from that in development is worth its weight in gold.
Osmataz Buckshank grounds that one out to the shortstop. We'll bring up Claudette Levi.
I also think in the SSBL polls, I think everybody said the Mythic have the coolest jerseys.
Mythic do have a very cool jersey.
I love their logo. I love their jerseys. I
like the
Monstars
too.
Logo. Yeah,
their minor league
they got
team's
two
pretty
really
sick
good.
too.
Yeah, they got 2 really good logos. Their logo is probably my favorite in the SSBL.
Oh yeah. We have about half the time remaining on the current poll. Who will win? We only have 1 vote in, and it was me. So I'm going to need some more people to go and vote in that poll as we head into the bottom of the second. So far, 3 votes, all for the High Rollers. Not giving me a poll. The poll is there. I can see it. I don't know how to tell you anything else. And that ball is creamed over the head of Darius Green III, and that'll be a double from Becky Foe. We'll bring up Blind Ollie, the third baseman. One and one the count here to Ollie. And Ollie draws himself a walk, so men on first and second for Chicken Tenda. And that ball is absolutely creamed. If it stays fair, it's gone, but it's just foul. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2 the count. Full count now here to Tenda. And that one gets by the glove. And it's going to go out of play. I'm not sure what that does. Does that advance the runners? Do they score a run for that? No.
If they were past the base, it would have advanced.
Well, so that's interesting because it was ball 4. So, like, they were already granted the next base. And then the ball went out of play. And that's going to be a Dragon special. 1, 2, 3. Dragon special.
Oh, wow. The home plate first base, Dragon special. That one you don't see all too often.
No, you do not.
But that does leave 2 runners in scoring position here. With 2 away.
Or G Baby Evans. He swings at that ball in the dirt. 2-2. And strike 3 swinging. She rung him up for out number 3. So the Mythic were able to get out of that one. High Rollers went from bases loaded, no outs. Were unable to score any runs. That one's lined out to Wally Woolley. Lucian Miles due up. And strike 3 swinging, he gets rung up there. Celine Colombo as we head into the top of the order again. One and 2 the count here to Colombo. Fouls one off to stay alive. And strike 3 swinging, another K for Mars. We head into the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 37.
And Rocket Rodriguez gets rung up there. The poll has ended. Votes 5-1 for the High Rollers winning. That one's lined out to the right fielder for out number 2. We'll bring up Wally Woolley.
Oh, and just after the game here, the Angels have put Bailey Smith on the trade block.
Oh, what else is on the trade block? Is it just Bailey Smith?
That's what it looks like.
Looking for a
right
solid
now.
pitcher. We head into the top of the fourth, still tied 0-0.
You know, and I like to see that there's a huge difference here between a lot of the expansion teams and how they've gone about things. To say that the Mythic and Liberty have really gone for a more pitching and defense perspective, and the Express and the Sparrows have really gone heavy on bats.
It is interesting to see that for sure.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 7.
And that one's hit right to Foe, over to Woolley, back to range for a Dragon special. We head into the bottom of the fourth. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the High Rollers. All scary bats. Hit right to Pendragon, over to first in time for out number 1.
And I don't think there's any bats on the High Rollers right now that aren't scary bats.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. They're all pretty cracked. That one was hit up the middle.
That division very well could have every team make the playoffs.
You think the Sparrows could make the playoffs?
I think if their bats can pull it out and manage to score enough runs for them, yeah.
Just
I think
figure
they've got the bats to do it.
The Sparrows would have to do better than the Wildcats, the Ball Players, the Stingers, Cyclones, and Skulls. Well, one of those 4 other teams, you know.
I think out of all the expansion teams, the closest team to the playoffs is definitely the Sparrows.
I think so too,
think
just off of raw stats.
Right, and with the expanded playoffs this year, I think it's a little bit different because I think, 2 more teams in each division make the playoffs this year?
I think it's 6, right? So it's one.
Yes.
It's whoever wins each division, and then there's 3 wild card teams.
Yeah, and then 3 wild card teams. Yeah.
From each conference.
Okay, yeah. So it's just the same. I thought it was different with the redoing of the conferences.
I'll bring up the catcher, Carlita Beltran, with the bases loaded, only 1 out. Beltran was acquired last season from the Serpents, and she hits that one through the middle. The shortstop and the third baseman. And it'll only score a run, but the bases are still loaded, and still only 1 out for G Baby Evans. Swings through that one, strike 2. And strike 3 swinging. So 2 outs now for Rocket Rodriguez as the High Rollers look to tag on some more damage. And he pops this one up to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3. So the High Rollers leave the bases loaded again for the 2nd time today.
The shortstop, number 18.
One's in there for strike number 1. The Mars locked in. Only 43 pitches through 4 innings pitched. And that ball is hit into the gap. This could be extra bases. And that looks like it'll be a stand-up double. Okay, well, he didn't stand up. I don't think he had to slide, though. But a leadoff double for the Mythic. Puts them in a good spot to tie things up here. 2 balls put in play should be enough to tie the game. That one was put in play but hit right to the shortstop. The runner will go back to second. We'll bring up Claudette Levi. Long-time retriever. Figure she spent season 2 all the way through season 7 on the Retrievers. She was traded in a lump package to the Mythic this offseason.
Yeah, and that package made a whole lot of room.
Oh yeah.
For the Retrievers' young players.
Max Swingens, another one from the Retrievers. Spent a long time, and that ball is creamed out in the left field. but Mary Stone ranging back and grabbing it at the warning track. So the leadoff double from the Mythic doesn't turn into anything,
The left fielder.
as they have the beginning of their lineup due up again. Where did Mary Stone come from? Like, she's got some good stats.
Not sure.
Drafted her in season 6. Is this her first year in the majors? Drafted her in season 6, round 3. Good stats on a round 3 from 2 seasons ago. Wally Woolley hits that one hard. Biddy Roses stops it, whips it to first in time for out number 3. He was on the bench last year.
Yeah, and she was drafted with the 55th overall pick in season 6.
So basically at the end. And that one's hit up the middle. Max Range looking to start a 2-out rally for the High Rollers.
Now back, the second baseman, number 4.
Oh no, what did I just do? Control. I accidentally moved all of the overlay somehow. Did not mean to do that. And strike 3 swinging Becky Foe leaves another running and scoring position on base for the High Rollers. The 9-1 and 2 due up for the Mythic as we head into the top of the 6th. And he goes down for out number 1, Selena Colombo, due up. One and 2 the count to Colombo, 2 and 2. Full count here. And she'll ground that one to Ollie over to first in time for out number 2. We'll bring up Fiona B. Hare Pendragon.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 21.
CX Ferda, I think you made chicken tender, right? Is that correct? I feel like I remember that in the past. We head into the bottom of the 6th.
The third baseman, number 40.
Blind Ollie in the box. He's drawn 2 walks in both of his plate appearances today. And he draws another walk. 3 walks today for Blind Ollie.
Designated hitter, number 10.
Chicken Tenda has also walked twice today. And he has a 3-1 count. And that ball is hit just foul. The hit and run was on Donut Boy, and Chicken Tenda is gonna draw his 3rd walk of the game.
The catcher, number 36.
So those 2 runners have been on base every time Carlita Beltran has come to the plate.
And we're only in the 6th here, and she's already at 95 pitches.
Yeah, this will probably be the end. And a diving grab by Fiona B. Hare Pendragon. What a play to rob Beltran of a bomber special.
Fielder,
Paprika Stocks honestly putting on quite the performance as she rings up G Baby Evans. 100 pitches starting the at bat. This has to be her last batter she faces. Let's see if she can go 6 full innings with a quality start. 2-2 the count here to Rodriguez. Fouled off. Stay alive. And that one's grounded to Rosas over to first in time. So Paprika Stocks. 6 innings pitched, only 1 earned run against the reigning SSBL champions.
Number 7.
That one's hit to first, or hit to third, over to first in time for out number 1. Brings up shortstop Biddies Rosas. He's put on quite the defensive today, and he hits that one to the right hand side for a single. The Mythic running out of time to tie this up.
And defensively, they've done a great job of keeping it close, but the bats just haven't been able to get that run across.
One and two the count here to Buckshank, and swung through that one for out number 2. So Claudette Levi in the box. Dub Mars locked in 82 pitches. And Claudette Levi pops this one out into left for out number 3. So Paprika Stocks is for sure going to be pulled, and they're going to go to the bullpen. She was at 100 plus pitches. Yep, that'll do it. They'll bring in Andres Witness. He's got decent stats for a relief pitcher. All he has to do is keep his team in it and hope his bats get hot.
Well, he is a season 8 player, so
yeah,
rookie.
Still a 1-run game, and he'll get Mary Stone to ground out to first for out number 1. He's got to face the top of the lineup for the High Rollers. And that one is going to get over the jumping glove of Claudette Levi. That'll be a single for Wally Woolley. First baseman Max Range steps into the box. Pickoff attempt at first. Buckshank doesn't have the greatest arm, so the High Rollers have the opportunity to take advantage of that. Full count here to Range. And that ball is wild, but for ball 4. So men on first and second now. Becky Foe. And she'll ground that one to Claudette. The only play is at first. 2 men in scoring position now for Blind Ollie. He's got 3 walks on the day. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is passed. Oh, and the play at the plate, they got him. A wild pitch. Buckshank able to get there in time. Get it to the pitcher to tag the runner.
And somehow, despite having runners on second and third just about every inning in this game, it's still a 1-0 game.
Yeah. Max Swingins, 2-2 count. Swings at that one to stay alive. This one's grounded to Woolley. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. They're gonna swap out Lucian Miles, bring in Delaney Frisco. A little bit of extra power and contact. 1-2 the count here to Frisco. That one's low for a ball, 2-2. Full count now. And that ball is popped out into left. It will get out of play. A diving Mary Stone. And this one will be popped up to the third baseman, blind ollie. For out number 2. They're gonna pull out Celine Colombo as well, bring in Domingo Ricci. And a diving play by Max Range flips it to Mars for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the 8th. It's still 0-1. The High Rollers hope to maintain this lead. They'll do it for Domingo Ricci. They're going to bring in Jack Ironliver for a defensive substitution. And Delaney Frisco will play out of position. That one's hit right to Pendragon for out number 1. We'll bring up Chicken Tenda. And that ball is creamed out into right center. That'll get down. This will be extra bases. And that'll be a stand-up double for Chicken Tenda. Why do they slide when they don't need to, man? It ruins my commentating. You just slide into slide. Get dirty.
Why they're sliding. Ruin the commentary.
2-1 the count here to Beltran. And Beltran puts a charge into that one. That one's a no-doubter. Out to right field off the Gasbro sign. And that's a 3-0 ball game for the High Rollers. I was so excited for the home run song when it was the away team in the first game, and I forgot about it. We're playing it. It's never too late. And that one stood up the middle as the High Rollers find their bats against the Mythic bullpen. Andres Witness is now tense. 35 pitches, 2 earned runs. Check on the runner at first. 2-1 the count here to Rodriguez. That one's inside, 3-1. And that one's outside. So runner on first and second as we head to the top of the order for the High Rollers. That's going to do it for Witness. They're going to bring in Cale Cartman. And Mary Stone's going to pop this one up into right field. Will the runner test the arm? They will not. Delaney Frisco playing out of position with no fielding and no arm.
Yeah, Delaney Frisco is normally a catcher. They've got her out there in right field.
Yeah, interesting. And Pendragon scoops that one up over to first in time for out number 3. So the High Rollers put up 2 there in the bottom of the 8th off the bat of Carlita Beltran. We have the 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Mythic as they have 3 outs to score 3 runs. Dub Mars locked in at 99 pitches. This one's lifted into center. Rocket Rodriguez tracking over and making the grab for out number 1. Will they let Dub Mars go the distance? They will not. They're going to bring in Tipsy Reynolds. Doughboy in chat cheering for Mars as he gets yanked. And that one past the diving glove of Max Range.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 7.
Brings up the DH, Earl Crump. Quickly down 0-2 here to Tipsy. How's that one off to stay alive? One's low, 1-2. Another one fouled off. And strike 3, Tipsy Reynolds rings him up. We'll bring up the shortstop, Biddies Rosas. He's got the high pitch trait. The first pitch is high and he doesn't swing. Next one is outside, 2-0. And that one is hit, and that'll get down for a base hit. The runner will go to third, so men on the corners now. We're in one swing baseball for Osmotaz Buckshank. They're gonna let him bat. Quickly down 0-2. That one's just high. And Buckshank pops this one up to the second baseman, Becky Foe. And that'll do it. So the High Rollers keep their lead, win 3-0. Both teams with 8 hits. Just the Mythic were unable to convert it into a run. Pendragon, Green the Third, and Rosas all doing very well. They got all of the hits for their team between the 3 of them. Hits spread out a little bit more, but Beltron with all 3 RBIs, she'll most likely be your player of the game. I imagine Dub Mars and Paprika Stocks could be the other ones. Paprika Stocks, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. Dub Mars, no walks, 8 1/3, 6 strikeouts. And it's Dub Mars, Khalida Bentron, and Chicken Tenda, who had 3 walks and a double. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with Dragons and Overdrafts. I don't know what their stadium is, so I'll let you know when we get there. See you soon. Alright, so this next one is Dragons and Overdrafts. You know, I'm hoping that the Dragons just get like the floor mopped. Oh shoot, I'm not muted. We're back. I knew my mic wasn't wasn't muted. It was a meme. Come on. Running was in on it.
We got a meme on the dragon since Fizek is here.
Yeah. Yo, the music for El Viejo kind of slap it, man. I'm loving it. I kind of liked that. A little jig. It's still going. Kind of hear it. So this one could be a very volatile game. The Dragons and the Overdrafts both able to put up lots of runs very quickly. And Will Freischack goes down swinging to start things off.
Remember to get your votes in the poll.
Oh yes, remember that please. Gary Starr hits that one up the middle for the first hit of the game.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 12.
That's down.
And Gary Starr's off for a second. The hit and run was on.
Foul ball.
Homer runs at the plate. He's got power versus left-handed pitchers, but Bonatello's a righty.
Inside.
And here we get to talk about the most exciting thing. Tiger's Den is dead.
Yes, Tiger's Den is no more. Homer runs, slaps this one out into left. This could score a run and put the Dragons up early. Everett Sardi's got absolutely no arm. Bo Jacoon, the throw is not in time. A double by Homer runs.
Number 25.
Puts the Dragons on the board 1-0 here early. Velma Betancourt, one of my favorite players in the league.
That's down.
2-2 the count here to Betancourt,
Strike.
and goes down swinging. We'll bring up Harry Shelton. Him and Homer runs were brought over in a trade with the ball players at the end of last season.
Safe. That's outside.
1-1 the count here to Shelton. He pops this one up foul into the stands. It's been a while since we've seen El Viejo. I think we went 2 or 3 seasons without anyone having this stadium, right?
I'm not sure.
I think when we changed the last, the wrong fielders went away with this stadium, right? Or am I losing my mind?
I don't remember. I wasn't here at that point.
I'm hoping someone in chat helps me out, because I feel like it's been a while. Got a full count here to Shelton. See what he can do.
Take your base.
And he'll draw a walk. The runner's on first and second now
Catcher, number 24.
for Noah Walker, who has power versus right-handed pitcher. Stream laggy and choppy for anyone else. Let me tab into the window so it's not as much. That one's grounded to first. I would say try refreshing, but I don't want to like gaslight you and make you think that like nothing's wrong. Because if you're saying it's choppy, there's a good chance it's choppy. My computer is not that great.
Number 27.
That's low.
But it appears that everything is fine on my end. Can we do a exclamation point run time in chat? Is that a thing that exists?
22.
Oh, you need to know how long you've been live for? If you've been...
I mean, I started at 5 o'clock. I don't even know why I did that. And that ball's hit out into left center field. This could tie the game. Will be a stand-up double for the Overdrafts. Up time. Yeah, it's like slow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I do
man.
see it like...
14.
Yeah, okay, I see it a little bit. It's kind of like
That's inside.
slowing down and speeding up.
And this one's hit out into left field. Caught for out number 1. Here, I'm gonna turn the fans on. Okay, I see some of that for sure. Next.
Nope, no.
My room is really hot, so it's probably just my computer being very hot. But hopefully the extra fan helps out a little bit. Seems to be a little bit better. I know when the ball gets hit, it's a little choppy. Bo Jacun lifts this one on the right. It'll be caught for out number 2, but it will be deep enough for the runners to score. Yeah, it's hella laggy. I'm sorry.
Designated hitter, number 45.
Nope, that's high.
So man on third, 2 outs for Shiro Amiya.
High. Foul ball.
Want me to pause the game?
Dive.
Let it cool a little? I think it's still going to be hot just because the game's open. But we can pause for a little. I can open up the door of my room. Nobody's home. I can be loud.
Get some fans going or something.
Yeah, get like a fan going or something maybe. You got any jokes running for the time being? You want to do some stand-up?
Stand up. Well, if need be, we can switch it over to my machine.
Do we need to get him?
Oh, he's not sharing the stream.
I'm not stream sharing it with running. I'm gonna let it run. I think it's always been a little choppy. It's not. And that ball is hit hard into left field. Does it have the distance at the track, at the wall? And Shiro Amiya makes it a 3-1 ball game. We said this was going to be a fun one. I think this should have been the game of the night. I don't have control.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a fun one, everybody. It's going to be a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, this is the fireworks game of the night. Both teams have big power. It's gonna be home run after home run tonight.
And that one's lined to first. Betancourt grabs it for out number 3, but the overdrafts clap back, put up 3. The Dragons have Town, Von Crum, and Jupiter up.
I think it might be LVA. I don't think it wasn't this laggy on the other games.
It could be El Viejo. It's not my. Well, no, I guess it is my frames going down. Maybe I need to like lower the crowd density a little bit. Like not many people go to Dragons games.
For that matter.
I don't think that'll affect it too much.
I think lowering crowd density might do it.
It might. I will restart SMB3 in between the games. I'll let it cool down. I'll take more than 30 seconds in between the games, like I usually do.
Double it, give it about a minute.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 24.
Hey, if anybody knows about the overdrafts, it's me.
Oh, true. This was your. This
Yeah,
was your
This
team.
was my team last season.
Strike 3.
And strike 3.
Now batting, the
Jupiter
right
strikes
fielder,
out there.
Number 82.
Bring up Will Freishack with the ability to tie this ball game up with one swing.
Bolt low.
And this one's popped up. Shortstop ranging over and grabbing it for out number 3. The Dragons unable to put any runs up that inning. We got the bottom of the order due up for the overdrafts.
Number 17.
Gonna pitch well, tense through an inning.
That's
3
down.
hits, 3 earned runs.
Nope. Outside.
Looking to bounce back.
Ball high. Take your base.
And Everett Sardee
Now back.
earns himself a leadoff walk.
Number 16.
Foul ball. Inside.
We'll bring up Nico Baca
Ball high.
with the 2-2 count. And Ghana Pitchwell is absolutely creamed. He is still on the
Oh.
ground.
Second baseman. Now
Get
pitching.
him at
That's
his
gonna
own
do it for Pitchwell. He's gonna have to get wheeled out. They're gonna bring in Wanda Cosmo.
Yeah.
But the runner reaches base safely. The hit and run was on. Everett Sardee is gunned at third. Runner now at second, 1 out. With
the
KDC at the plate.
overdrafts with a bit of a dirty play there, taking out the pitcher.
Yeah, and apparently it happened in the first game for the Dragons. This one's lifted out into center. Might be deep enough to advance the runner. Duke Town's got a pretty decent arm. They're gonna test it, and he'll be in there safely. So men 90 feet away from home. When did they get Piston Omen? What? I know this isn't the first time he's batted today.
Yeah, I've got to look that one up. I don't.
Yeah,
remember seeing that in the
I
roster.
don't remember seeing that one. I loved Piston Omen. I remember I hounded Donut Boy for seasons trying to get Piston Omen. It's not that slow. This is how fast the game usually is. It just looks slow. And that ball, oh, KDC with the stop over to first in time for out number 1. It is horrendous on our end. Is it really bad running?
Inside.
Yeah, when the ball is hit, it's pretty bad.
You're out.
That one's hit the shortstop. Let me pull it up on my phone.
Number 25.
Okay, yeah, encoding overload. Consider turning down. I don't know what it said. I got it for a second. But a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Dragons.
You may need to restart
Now back.
probably the
The
stream
first
too.
baseman.
I
Number
think if it's going to be an encoding thing.
22.
I think it's just my You want me to stop recording? Are you recording? Are we able to get the VOD?
The VOD will just automatically upload.
But are we able to get the recording if I stop recording?
Number
Do I need to upload it later, Fysick? Because I am recording.
That's down. That's foul.
No one has been recording. Okay.
Yeah, I think they can just pull. Yeah, they can just
Alright.
pull the VODs from Twitch. So you shouldn't have to worry about recording.
Alright, well let's hope this makes it slightly better. Because I'm no longer recording.
Yeah, that made it. I just that's a lot.
Did that
better.
make it better immediately?
Yeah, that's significantly better. Like immediately. Yeah. I saw,
Alright,
like,
well
on the
now I
stream,
know for
could
next
see-
time to not have it set up to record.
On the stream, I could see the second you press the button.
Alright, well that's good. I'm glad that we were able to come up with a solution.
Oh, that's off the bag on first base.
Yeah, it was.
now
Bojakun reaching base safely. Shiro Amiya
number
gave the team the lead last time he stepped into the box. And Bojakun is off. Shiro Amiya at the track, at the wall. And caught by Will Freishek at the base of the wall. One more foot and Shiro Amiya would have had another one.
batting, the left fielder.
To answer your question earlier, after being distracted, the Overdrafts got Piston Omen from the High Rollers for a 3rd round pick in Season 9.
And that ball is creamed. The Dragons make it a 2-3 ball game. Was it Harry Shelton? Might have been Harry, or was it Homer? It was Harry Shelton. But that ball was absolutely lifted to right field.
Nope, that's high. Foul ball. Nope, that's low. Nope, that's high.
Full count here to Noah Walker. And that ball's hit hard, but Boja Kuhn, the leaping grab for out number 1. Will bring up Duke Town. Duke Town, an original Serpent, traded to the Knights. I don't remember what I got for that. That's something. But then traded to the Dragons this offseason.
That's ball 4.
He earns himself a walk. Bring up longtime Dragon Harry Von Crum. Harry do something Von Crum.
That's off the plate.
Quickly 2-0 to Von Crum. And that one off the third base bag over to first in time for the out. There was no play at second. We'll bring up Freddie Jupiter. That one's low, 1-2 the count here to Jupiter. Grounded to Jacoon over to first in time for out number 3. So the Dragons put up another off the bat of Harry Shelton. The 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Overdrafts. Here's Swolhe Brotani. I believe this was a player you drafted last season, right? And he puts a charge into that one and puts the Overdrafts up 4-2. Absolutely belted the right. 449 feet. And this is what we said. Lots of back and forth between these two teams. Gonna be a slugfest.
Rumor has it for this game, the Overdrafts doubled the outfield seating prices.
Really? For the home run fest that was gonna go down.
Nope, outside. Off the plate.
Everett Sardee, 3-1 the count. Swings at what could have been ball 4. Full count now.
And that is the story of the Overdrafts. All power, no speed.
Who needs speed?
Ball 4.
Hey, you don't need to be fast when you put it over the fence.
Yeah, they used to play in Tiger Den, so who needs speed? Everett Sardee earns himself another walk today. Brings up Nico Baca.
And here's all the speed on the Overdrafts.
And the hit and run was on a diving attempt by Betancourt. Gets deflected. Homer runs not able to get to it in time to make a play at first. So first and second for KDC with no outs as the Overdrafts look to put on more runs.
Outside.
Oh my god. Alright, I saw some stutter for there, for sure. And that one gets through. Gary Starr makes the stop. There's no play at anywhere. So the bases are loaded now for the top of the Overdrafts lineup. That's going to do it for Wanda Cosmo. They'll bring in Jar Jar Jackson. And that's a grounder. The Star to Betancourt, not in time. So they get the runner at second. 1 run scores. Men on the corners now for Carlos Ramos.
Inside.
This is a player I drafted back in the day.
Ball inside.
I did not slow down. Everything slowed down. Come on, it wasn't just the throw. That's not how that works. Gary Starr, the stop. It doesn't go for the play at second. Another run scores. It's now 2-6.
14.
We'll bring up Mookie Astaire
Ball high.
with a runner still in scoring position.
Strike.
2-2 the count here to Mookie Astaire. K-man active.
Nope. No.
That one's down in the dirt. Full count.
Strike.
And way in front of that one, he gets rung up there. Top of the order, due up for the Dragons. Donnie Bonatello losing stamina at 74 pitches. This is the time for the Dragons to strike in between Bonatello coming out and the bullpen coming in.
That's inside.
And Will Freischak's going to earn himself a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6. Now pitching, number
And that's going to do it for Bonatello. They're going to bring in Liam Moss. They yanked him a lot faster than I thought they would.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit early.
And that one's hit up the middle. So a man on first and second now, no outs. And this is what we talked about. The back and forth. The Dragons look like they're going to put up some runs this inning and make it a close ball game. One slam away from tying.
Ball.
Homer runs. Finally getting his power versus left-handed pitcher.
Foul ball. Strike.
And strike three, swinging Homer runs, swings at a pitch well outside.
number 25.
We'll bring up Velma Betancourt.
Outside.
One out, man on first and second.
Ball high. Foul ball.
And she creams that one, but foul. I feel bad for whoever that hit in the stands. This one fouled up behind the plate. Stays in fair, or
The
stays,
left fielder, number 16.
you know what I was trying to say. Out number 2.
Nope. That's high.
We'll bring up Harry Shelton. He homered in his last plate appearance. Another one right here would make it
That's
a
down.
much more close ball game.
Foul.
2-2 the count here to Shelton. Fouls that one off to stay alive. And that one's grounded right to KDC. She goes for the tag, doesn't make it, but still throws it to first in time. That could have turned it out bad for the Overdrafts, but they're able to get out of that unscathed.
Batting, the shortstop,
They got the 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Overdrafts. Bo Jacun, one of the biggest blockbuster trades I think we have ever seen in the SSBL.
Yeah, and I think that was the start of the Moonshots sell-off.
Oh yeah, for sure. The second they got rid of Bo Jacun, it was over. They could have given up anyone at that point. As he gets rung up there. Shiro Amiya up again. He's already got 2 RBIs today, and he pounds that one out into right, and that's gonna make it 3. Another home run for Shiro Amiya, taking after his old teammate Jackson Moore the 4th, and hitting 2 home runs in a single game on the same day. We'll bring up Swohei Brotani. He homered in his last plate appearance.
Inside.
And that one's hit up the middle. Brotani earns himself a single. And it's going to be a mojo down for Jackson.
Number 17.
Back down to tenths.
Off the plate.
Facing off against Everett Sardee. Sardi hits this one to Jupiter, to runs, to Betancourt for the Dragons special to get out of the inning. So another run for the Overdrafts off the bat of Amia makes it 7-2, but this game is far from over. So 4 more innings left for the Dragons to come back.
Nope, that's low. Foul ball.
And strike 3 called. Noah Walker watches the off-speed cruise right into the strike zone. For out number 1, we'll bring up Duketown. And Duketown lifts this one out into left center. Caught by Everett Sardi for out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 89.
Ball high.
No one's in there for a strike. 1-1 to do something. Von Crum lost some frames there. Sorry. Grounded back to Boss over to first in time for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Dragons. 8-9-1 due up for the Overdrafts. Dragons defense is on damage control right now. They need to stop these hot Overdrafts
Off the
from
plate.
hitting the ball out of the stadium. Jackson picks up that one, throws it to first for out number 1.
The second baseman,
Has every run been... No, not every run has been a home run. The first ones from each team were both scored normally. Right?
I think so, yeah. I think it was a 2-run home run for Amia,
number
but I think that first run was scored with some small ball.
Mm-hmm. Bring up Piston Omen here with 2 outs, 1-2 the count. K-Man active for Jackson. He's back up to neutral and gets a ground ball to first. Then the inning, so a 1-2-3 from both sides there in the 6th. We head to the top of the 7th. Dragons still trail by 5
now batting, the third
as they look to close
number
the gap.
24.
That's foul.
This could be the first upset today with the
Outside.
poll. The poll has been right so far today. The poll predicted the Wildcats winning. They predicted the High Rollers winning. But the poll said the Dragons were going to win.
The right fielder, number 82.
Jupiter hit that one up the middle for a base hit. We'll bring up Fryshack. 0 for 2 on the day, but has a walk. And he pops this one out into center. And that'll be out number 1.
You're out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6.
We'll
Inside.
bring up shortstop Gary Starr. He's 2 for 3 today. Gary Starr's always been a hot bat.
Foul ball.
He really is one of the better players on the Dragons for sure. I've always enjoyed watching Gary Starr play. Except when it was against me those couple of times we played against each other. And he hits that one up the middle. That's his 3rd base hit of the game. And that'll put a runner on first and second for homer runs.
Now batting, the second
Homer runs
baseman,
started the
number
scoring
12.
for the Dragons in the 1st. That's going to do it for Liam Boss. They're going to bring in the old Dragons player, Brock Hansen.
Ball high.
And I think this is probably where the
Foul ball.
Overdrafts bullpen starts to fall off. And that ball is hit over the jumping glove of the 3rd baseman, and Homer runs earns himself another stand-up double. That'll score another run to make it 3-7. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out for Velma Betancourt.
Off the plate.
That one's in there for a ball.
No.
Another one, 2-0 to Betancourt. And she swings at that one high, foul territory. That one's in there for a strike, 2-2.
Nope. Outside.
Lays off on that one, full count.
That's foul.
Swings at possibly ball 4. It was close. She was staying alive, but she swings through that one for strike 3.
The left fielder.
We'll bring up Harry Shelton. He's got a chance to make it a one-run game with 1 swing. He homered before. Can he do it again? And he looks at strike 3. So the Dragons leave 2 runners aboard. They close the gap by 1, but still trail by 4. We head into the bottom of the 7th.
22.
Overdraft still lead 7-3. Jackson still on the mound. 35 pitches in, 3 earned runs, or 3 innings pitched, 1 earned run. I think it was just the homer from Shiro Amiya so far. And that one gets through. I would restart streaming again after this. I can do that for sure. Do not worry.
Number 14.
I'm sorry for the dropped frames. Don't want the frames to drop. Trust me. One and 2 the count here to Mookie Astaire. And strike 3 swinging. Jackson rung him up.
The short
We'll bring up Bo Jacun.
now pitching.
That's going to do it for Jackson. They're going to bring in Petunia Tippy Cup.
Inside. Foul ball. Ball. Inside.
2-1 the count here to Jacun.
Strike.
Swings at a ball nearly in the dirt. 2-2.
Foul ball.
Fouls that one off to stay alive.
Foul ball.
Another one. 2-2 still. We could do this all day. And that one's grounded. Star to runs to Betancourt. Not in time. Jacun a little too fast for the Dragons special. Shiro Amiya up again. Jacun's off. The throw is wild. Jacun will stay at third. Won't test the arm of Duke Town.
That's down.
And Shiro Amiya lines that one out into right. Freishak's arm. Will he be able to beat Jacun home? He will not. Betancourt cuts it off. So the 4th RBI for Amiya.
24.
That's inside.
And he's been a really hot bat this game.
Oh yeah.
Steve.
Swohei Brotani also homered earlier in the game. He's got 2 hits already today. But he goes down looking there as Tippy Cup rings him up. A 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Dragons as they have 6 outs to score 5 runs.
That's low.
This one's lined out to right field for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 97.
Jeez. Marge
Yeah,
saying 8 RBIs for Amiya already in 2
Eight
games.
RBIs, yeah. He's got to be league leader.
Yeah, for
Unlucky.
sure. And that one's hit up the middle. Von Crum earns himself a hit. That was Duke Town, I'm sorry.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 89.
Yeah, I'd got to say he's got to be a leader unless somebody on the Wildcats. has
Yeah, the
more.
Wildcats
The
are
Wildcats
probably.
have a 19-4 win and a 12-3 win now.
Jeez, yeah. So someone on there might.
I mean, 31 runs scored in 2 games for the Wildcats, which is crazy.
Yeah. Von Crum gets rung up there. We'll bring up Freddie Jupiter with 2 outs. Man on first.
Ball low.
The Dragons need the long ball to come back.
Inside.
And that one's hit right to Brotani over to first in time. So we head into the bottom of the 9th. The Overdrafts looking to hold on to their lead. Maybe pad it a little bit more.
The left fielder, number 17.
Yeah. The Longshanks had 5, and then I think he got a couple in
That's outside.
the game today.
Foul ball.
That was so long ago, I don't remember. This one's popped up to the shortstop, Gary Starr,
Without.
for
Now
out
back,
number
the catcher, number
2,
16.
1.
1.
That's foul.
Nico Baca due up.
Nope, that's low.
I thought this was game 4. It is not. Still got another one after this. Popped up behind the plate.
You're out.
Noah Walker grabs it for out number 2. We'll bring up KDC.
Number 35.
I do think we've got a game that garners a whole lot of interest. As the last one, I think all the expansion team games get a lot of viewership because people want to see how they do.
For sure. Yeah. I think the expansion teams are going to be fun to watch for a while.
Ball inside.
Full count to KDC. She fouls that one off.
Foul ball.
And another. And a diving stop by Jupiter. The throw will not be in time. KDC is pretty speedy. We'll bring up Piston Omen.
Number 27.
Nope, outside. Nope, inside.
KDC off, but the pitch is inside for a walk.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 22.
I have to step aside for a second. The Roomba is about to terrorize the house. Close all the doors. And that one is gone.
Blasted. Right around the foul pole.
Mic on.
Now back, the right fielder. Now pitching, number 48.
The Overdrafts extend their lead. Yeah, it was a perfect time to step away, right? Freaking Roomba. It gets stuck on like everything, man.
Inside.
Gotta like babyfy the house for the hour that it runs every day. One's grounded to Jupiter over to first in time, so the Overdrafts tag on 3. So the Dragons need 8 to tie. Only 3 outs to do it, but they're starting with the top of their lineup. These are the guys to do it.
Yeah, and once again, double digits go up on the board.
True.
You know, I think during the off season with with the patch and everything, we thought we were going to have a lot more low scoring games.
Without.
And week 1 so far has disproved that theory.
That's down. That's low.
The one thing I think the patch did do is I think
That's
the
down.
patch really set a bar between good pitchers and bad pitchers to say that the performance you get from pitchers that are above a certain threshold is completely different now than it used to be. Where you can still get great performances from bad pitchers, but
For
most
sure.
of the time it feels like your bad pitchers are just gonna go in there and soak up innings and try to not give up as much runs, but they're still gonna end up giving up 3 or 4.
That's foul.
Full count here to Homer runs.
Strike.
And strike 3 swinging. The Dragons are down to their last out.
First baseman, number, now pitching, number
That'll do it for Brock Hansen. They're going to bring in Mason Nuts for the final out. Righty on righty action against the tense Velma Betancourt.
My favorite player on the overdrafts.
Mason Nuts. And
Oh, yeah.
that one gets down. Men on first and second now for Harry Shelton. The Dragons are not done.
Nope, that's high. That's foul.
We've seen crazier things in the SSBL.
Fouled off.
But that one's in there for strike 3. The overdrafts seal the deal, 11-3. Out hit the Dragons 14-9. Gary Starr, Homer runs, and Harry Shelton putting the team on their back.
Panic.
Meanwhile, Carlos Ramos, 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. Shiro Amiya, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Both of them beastly this game. Ghana Pitchwell only making it through an inning after leaving with an injury. I think if Ghana Pitchwell stayed in the game longer, it would have been a much closer game. 100%.
Yeah, I think it would have been a much closer game if we didn't have the unfortunate line drive to the face.
Yes. Only 5 strikeouts from the Dragons, 3 of them coming from Jackson. Meanwhile, on the other side, Donnie Bonatello, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a homer. Brock Hansen, 5 strikeouts in 2 1/3, so striking out 5 of the 7.
Yeah,
Shiro Amiya, Carlos Ramos, and Homer runs are your MVPs. We kind of imagined that that was going to be the case. We are going to take a break. I don't know if I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to try stopping just the game first and hope that that is enough. But we will be back. I'll see you guys shortly. And we are back with the game of the night, Sparrows at Ball Players, here in beautiful Emerald Diamond.
The only expansion team with a win playing right now.
That is true.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 26.
Yeah, Leonard Northwest on the mound for the Ball Players. And he rung him up there.
The left fielder, number
So Leonard Northwest starts this game with a K. It'll bring up Adelina Strickland. She's going to pop this one up to the shortstop. Theo Thunder
the third baseman,
will
number
bring in Cameron Kahn. And she belts that one into right. That one is gone. So the Sparrows strike early and already get one over on Leonard Northwest. 395 feet off of the bat of the rookie Cameron Kahn.
the first baseman,
We'll bring in Jerry Magana. And that one's hit hard into left center field, but that'll stay in and be caught for out number 3. Juice Armstrong out there making the grab.
now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
K Dud for Windswept Enriquez. That one's hit hard, but right to Spots Island. Over to first in time for
Second baseman,
number
number 10.
1. Brings in Billy O'Connell. OG Serpent played on the Ball Players for a while. Then went to the Bombers for a season or two, and now is back on the Ball Players.
The first baseman, number
He grounds out to second though. Rick Della Stick. Drafted, I believe, first or second overall in the season 6 draft. And just out of diving reach by Spots Island. That one gets down for a base hit.
now batting,
We'll bring in Patty Potts.
number 30.
Holy cow, she's jacked. Where did she come from? Patty Potts has some power and contact for sure. And that one's hit hard up the middle.
Now batting, the
We'll bring in
shortstop,
Theo Thunder.
number 15.
One and two the count here to Thunder. K Dud active. And that one will get down. That'll score a run. Men on first and second, two outs. And the Ball Players have tied the game. Brings up Terry Thunder.
9.
And that one's hit hard right to Jerry Magana. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 3. We head to the top of the second. 5, 6, and 7 are due up for the Sparrows.
Oh, and you're not going to believe this with Patty Potts. Drafted 72 overall in compensation round 1 in the season 7 draft.
Jeez. No one's
Talk about some minors development.
Oh yeah.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 24.
Two and one the count to California. And strike three swinging
Now batting,
for
the
out
center
number
fielder,
two, bringing
number
Sprit
2.
Seltzer. That one's popped up to the second baseman. That'll be out number 3.
Now batting, the right fielder,
7, 8, and 9 due up for the ball players as they look to gain the lead. And Nathan Tucker mashes that one into center. That'll be off the wall. And that'll be a leadoff double from Tucker as he slides in safely.
now batting, the center fielder, number
Juice
11.
Armstrong steps into the box. Wired from the Moonshots this offseason, and he puts a charge into that one, and that one is out of here. First ever home run music I was on time for. We're playing it. 423 feet to dead center. And the ball players take the lead 3-1. Can we get a poll? I don't think we got a poll. I'm not a mod. Not part of league office.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Toby Barker in the box, the one out.
No
3-1 the count here to Barker. Full count. And Barker earns himself a walk.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 10.
Brings up BOC. Checks his swing on that one. 1-1 the count. Fouls it off. 1-2. And he hits that one up the middle past the diving glove of the shortstop. We got runners on first and second now with still only one out. We'll bring up Rick Della Stick. That one's popped out into right. Will it be deep enough for the runner to tag and head to third? They're going to test the arm on Mason Money, and they're going to be safe by a mile.
Now batting, the third baseman.
We're bringing Patty Potts. Men on the corners, 2 outs. And that one's off the glove of the catcher and nearly out of play. Both runners will advance. It's a 4-1 ball game. Runners still in scoring position as Patty Potts puts a charge into that one off the wall. A nice read by Strickland will keep it as just a single, but another runner will score, making it 5-1.
Number 15.
Theo Thunder up. He earned himself an RBI in his last plate appearance. In there for a strike 0-2. And that one's hit past the first and second baseman. It'll allow Patty Potts to go all the way to third. A close throw, but not in time. Men on the corners for Terry Thunder.
9.
And Terry Thunder's going to ground this one to the second baseman. Over to first in time for out number 3. So the ball players put up 4 to make it a 5-1 ball game.
And you knew it was only a matter of time before the ball players took control of the game.
Oh, for sure. One and one the count here to Mason Money. And that one's hit hard, straight out into center field. Juice Armstrong has enough speed and took a good line to cut it off.
Now batting, the catcher,
But
number 17.
man on first, no outs for Madeline Dixon. And Dixon smacks that one out in right center field. Near the warning track, but that's the deepest part of the field. And they'll grab that for out number 1. We'll bring in August Hendricks. And strike 3. Northwest earns himself another K.
Number 35.
Bring in Adelina Strickland. And that one is hit up the middle. Billy O'Connell diving over the throw to first, not in time. First and second for Cameron Kahn. She homered in her first plate appearance. And things are possibly getting spicy. That one's hit hard right to Theo Thunder, over to first in time for out number 3. So the Sparrows leave 2 men aboard. We head into the bottom of the third. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the ball players.
Number 40.
I think I said that last inning, so they nearly hit around last inning. One and 2 the count here to Tucker. One's low, full count. And that one's in there for a strike. Curveball caught the inside corner.
Fielder, number 11.
We'll bring up Juice Armstrong. He homered last inning. K. Dud on Enriquez. K. Dud and being tense really hurt your stats. But she forces Armstrong to ground out back to her for out number 2.
Number 4.
And that ball is creamed, and that gets over the wall, and that one's out of here. 382 feet from Iron Hands. Makes it a 6-1 ball game.
And these last 2 games have been home runs galore.
Now back, the second baseman, number 10.
And this one's popped up to the pitcher. And that'll be out number 3. The ball players add another run. Off of the bat
Now batting,
of Iron
the first
Hands.
baseman, number 12.
Jerry Magana drills this one down the line, and that could be extra bases. It will not. He does not have enough speed, and Toby Barker's got a good arm.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 21. Outside.
And that one's hit through the right-hand side, so men on first and second now for the Sparrows with no outs.
The designated hitter, number 24.
0-2 the count here to Fornia. And strike three.
The center fielder,
He rung her up. Northwest 4Ks through 3 1/3. And that ball is hit in the gap. It wasn't hit in the gap. Toby Barker actually cut it off. But a run will score first and second
the right fielder, number 27.
for Mason Money. Singled in his first plate appearance. To the count here to Money. And he fouls that one off to stay alive. Full count here to Money. Another one fouled off. And another. Working the pitch count. Very good at bat for Money regardless, and he turns it into a walk. Wasted a bunch of pitches from Northwest and got on base. Can't ask for much more. And that ball is creamed out in the left center. Juice Armstrong able to get there in time for the out, but that'll score a run. Men on first and second.
Second baseman, number 26.
Ooh, that was almost scary for the ball players.
That was. One and two the count here to Hendricks. Fouls it off to stay alive. A good opportunity for the Sparrows. He's going to ground that one to Theo over to first in time for the out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23. Outside.
That one's hit hard, but right to Con.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 38. No.
And Patty Potts beats out the throw.
Now pitching, number 60.
That'll do it for Enriquez. Ashlyn Decker, the new pitcher. Theo Thunder, 2 for 2 on the day.
Now batting, the designated center, number 9.
And on first and second, 1 out for Terry Thunder. And that one's hit hard. A jumping play by Islands. He's able to make a play at second, but not able to turn 2. So men on their corners for Nathan Tucker. One's in there for a strike. And Tucker fouls that one off. 0-2 the count. One's outside, 1-2. And that one's strike 3. Drop ball, throw to first in time.
Now batting the left fielder, number 35.
And strike 3, Leonard Northwest rings her up.
Number 10.
Bring up Cameron Kahn. Rounder right back to Northwest, over to first in time for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 12.
Jerry Magana up to the plate. Fouls that one off, 2-1 the count. And that one's hit hard into center. Before the warning track, Juice Armstrong grabs it for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the 5th. The ball players still lead 6-3.
The center fielder, number
8, 9, and 1 due up. And strike 3, Decker rings him up. And that one's hit up the middle for a base hit.
Now back, the left fielder, number 6.
And that one's hit out in the gap. This could be trouble for the Sparrows. It'll be a double for the ball players. Men on second and third now for BOC. Only 1 out. Grounder to the second baseman, over to first in time, but the runner will score. 3-7 ball players.
Number 23.
And grounded to second, over to first in time for out number 3. We head
The shortstop,
to
number 21.
the top of the 6th. Sparrows trail by 4. That one's hit hard up the middle. It'll be down for a leadoff single.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 24. Now pitching.
That's going to do it for Leonard Northwest. They're going to bring in Hai Chu. And that ball is creamed out into right. And that's going to make it a 7-5 ball game. So Haichu comes in and gives up a homer. This could be scary for the ball players,
The center fielder.
as there's still no outs, and now it's a 2-run ball game.
And there's plenty of baseball left.
Oh yeah,
for
and the
them to
pitcher they
for
brought
this
just
to
came
lead.
in. Already tense. That ball's hit hard, but right to
Now
Potts.
batting, the right fielder, number 27.
Oh, looks like the pitcher's back up to neutral now.
And strike 3 called.
Now batting, the catcher.
He rung her
number
up.
17.
Ooh. Gotta come in, give up a home run on your first pitch, and then get 3 straight outs.
Number
Yeah.
38.
At least he bounced back. Could have been downhill spiral.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 15.
Grounder to first. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 2. Bring up Terry Thunder.
Now pitching.
That's going to do it for Decker. They're going to bring in Noel Hawley. And that one's hit hard, but right to Spots Island. Top of the lineup due up for the Sparrows as we head to the top of the 7th.
Number 26.
And that ball is hit out of here. 6-7 as the Sparrows put on a comeback rally.
Inch by inch, they're taking it back.
Oh yes.
Now batting,
They're
the
not
left
done.
Fielder, number 35.
This is actually making me pretty scared to face them next week.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 10.
This one could get down for a Dragon Special, caught by Rick Della Stick behind.
First baseman, number 12.
No look catch.
I still think the Sparrows, if they keep up the way they're playing right now, they could still make a playoff spot in the Epic.
I think there's a chance,
It's
yeah.
unlikely, but it'll be close. It'll be really close. I think it'll come down to what week 16
Now
or
batting,
is it just week 10?
right
I think it's week
number 40.
14.
Oh,
Because I
week
think there's
13.
supposed to
Yeah, I
be.
think it's gonna come down to their last game.
Well, it depends how many Super Saturdays, because the Super Saturday is 2/3 of a week,
11.
you know.
Right.
So I
I
think
think
we do.
it'll-
I think we do 4 Super Saturdays. It cuts off 2 full weeks. So I think it's
Yeah,
a
that's what it
14-week
looks like.
season, right?
13 weeks. Looking at the schedule.
Okay. Is it a 15-game schedule or a 16? 16, right?
The catcher,
I think so.
number
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, 16. But you know, I think like a lot of close playoff teams or teams that just barely miss it, it's really going to come down to those last 2 or 3 games. Of course, they could just explode at any time.
I think more games and more teams will allow for the standings to be a little bit more all over the place.
Yeah.
The left fielder,
I think some divisions are for sure going to be decided well in advance of the last week.
Yeah, but I think there's a few that it's going to be close. You know, I think the heroic icons is going to be very close between the overdrafts and the retrievers.
batting, the second baseman,
Somehow the walkers are good.
10.
So
I don't know
Walker's
how
Golf
long
could
that'll
be a close
last.
contest. Who knows? And right now, the Wildcats and Unicorns is looking like a really good battle.
Oh yeah, that's going to
And of
be
course,
interesting for sure.
The Epic Phenoms is. Ooh. I think that's the scariest division in the SSBL right now.
For sure. For sure.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 21.
We head into the top of the 8th. It's a 1-run ball game. And that one's hit up the middle for a leadoff single. As the Sparrows look to take the lead.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 1. Now pitching, number 65.
Another one hit up the middle. Man on first and second now.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 2.
With still no outs. For Sprit Seltzer. Adrian Walker and her K-Man are active. And strike 3 swinging. She rang him up.
Right fielder, number 27.
Bringing Mason money. Strike 3. Another K for Adrian Walker.
Number 17.
As she faces a tense Madeline Dixon. This one's popped up. Adrian Walker will grab it for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the 8th. 7-6.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 23. Ball outside. Ball outside. Oh, thank you,
Be a leadoff walk for Rick Delastick.
The third baseman,
Walker's needing to put on some insurance runs as the Sparrows have proved that they can score some runs. As they, nope, that one's gonna be caught by Sprit Seltzer. A bit hard, but
now Number 15. Bullet. Batter up.
One's popped up to the second baseman for out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 9.
And that one is hit in the gap off the base of the wall. That'll score 1. That'll be a stand-up double. The ball players increased their lead to 2 runs.
Fielder.
A much needed insurance run right there.
For sure. As that one gets behind the glove of the catcher, but no speed on the runner at second. They didn't try anything. This one's popped into center field. This should do it. So the Sparrows have 3 outs to put up 2 runs to tie this ball game. They got the top of their lineup due up. 2 of them have already hit home runs today.
Number 25 in the game.
It's going to do it for Theo Thunder. They're going to bring in Maximus Min to play shortstop defensively. 2-2 the count here to Hendricks. K-Man active. Fouls one off to stay alive. No one's outside. Full count now. No one's hit. Right to Billy O'Connell over to first in time for out number 1.
Number 35. Now batting, the third baseman, number 10.
And strike 3, that'll do it. The ball players hold on to their lead and take it 8-6 over Sparrows. Out hit them 15-11. Spots Island with 3 hits. California, a couple RBIs. It's very well spread throughout the Sparrows, in all honesty. On the other end, Patty Potts and Theo Thunder both with 3-hit games. RBIs split pretty evenly throughout the team. 12 strikeouts from the Sparrows, 7 from the ball players. Enriquez giving up 11 hits and 5 earned runs is definitely not really what you want from your starting pitcher. Leonard Northwest, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Pretty decent outing compared to the other pitcher he was up against. Your MVPs are Iron Hands, Juice Armstrong, and California. I am Dean. I hope all of you enjoyed today's Super Saturday. We'll see you all tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central when Minors starts premiering on YouTube. They'll go off in 3 stages. First 4 games will be at 12, then 1, then 2 o'clock Central. That's wrong. It's 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone's watching besides maybe Marge. Anything you would like to say, Running?
I hope everybody enjoyed the games. They were score heavy, and think we've got some really interesting teams coming up here, and it'll be good to get some more majors action next week and some minor league action tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed. I will see all of you later. Peace.